Okay, okay. Ooh. Okay, y'all, sorry about that. I just had to take care of some stuff real quick. I wanted to make sure she was good. So we're back. I'm gonna invite Brandi in just now. Girl, hold on. I done messed up. I done messed up my cards real quick. Okay, she's here, and I'm gonna invite Brandi on. I'm so excited. Let's see. All right, girlfriend, let's go. Let's see. Woo! I'm so excited. Okay, how are you?
Girl, I'm good. I'm nervous, but I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, and I'm so happy that you can say that because truthfully, that's how I am. I get nervous every
Okay.
time, so don't worry.
All right. All right. We're good.
So, tell me, I want to get to talk about your diagnosis with lupus and how you found out that you were diagnosed.
Oh, girl, man, this was way back when I think it was in 2009. I was
Mm,
pregnant with my son, and I at first I started noticing my skin was changing, like it was almost turning like on my arms and on the back of my calves was like really dark, like almost like leather feeling. And I was
like
like, some
leopard, you said?
leather, like leather.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
like
okay.
it was like hard, like in black. And I was like, this don't sound right. So of course, I went to the doctor. They referred me to a dermatologist, and they did a biopsy. And at first it came back that I had another autoimmune disease, which is scleroderma, which affects the skin. So they did more tests, and then they said, girl, you got another autoimmune disease called morphia, and all of this affects the skin, right? So
Mm.
they asked me about my history and so forth, and my mother, she has lupus. um,
Oh, wow.
so she's been in remission for quite some time, so she really has no symptoms. So they were like, let me test you for lupus, since it might be hereditary if your mother has it. And of course, it came back positive. Um, so I had a positive diagnosis, girl, for like four different things. I almost lost my mind. Yeah. And ever
Okay,
since
so
then,
list
it's
your diagnosis, the four of them all.
okay. So I have scleroderma, I have morphia, I have lupus, I have Raynaud's, of course. I have Sjogren's. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's when you lack moisture, like in your mouth, in your eyes, and stuff. These are
Oh,
all
I've heard of
autoimmune.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, all autoimmune diseases. Plus, I've got a list of other things because with lupus comes a whole suitcase full of crap. So, am I okay to curse? Because,
My favorite one is
yeah,
the forgetfulness.
girl. So yeah, so that's how I found out. So it's been about, my son will be 13, so about 13 years now.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
if you could compare lupus to something that like other people will understand, like they could feel, give the or all of the autoimmune diseases.
What's crazy is I don't even know what I could put it up against, because it's like it's something in its own category. It's something that you can't pinpoint. Like I don't know. When I try to explain it to people who ask,
Mm,
the easiest way I tell them is, is my body don't like itself. It attacks itself. Basically, it's the easiest way. I try
right.
to use examples like, if you get sick with the flu and I get sick with the flu, I'm probably going to battle it for a month. You might be done with it in over a week.
Right. That's what I always tell people too.
It just takes a little longer for us to get over shit, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
but there's really nothing I could compare it to, because it's in a house all by itself.
Yeah, it truly is. Because there's times where, well, being young, you go through things and I'm like, should I be going through this already? It's
Right,
just
right.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we kind of spoke on this, but has anything changed both mentally, physically, emotionally, just as the disease was diagnosed? Like for me, it was my hair texture. Of course, I got like the patches on my face, and a lot of things changed physically. So I wonder for you, what was it that you noticed the most?
At first, it affected my skin really, really bad. So I have, I got a lot of scars like on my chest area
Mhm. Okay.
and on my arm, even under my breast, girl. Like, and these sores were like extremely painful,
Was it
I
shingles?
It wasn't shingles. It
Okay.
was, sores from the scleroderma. It's,
Nice.
because they tested me for that as well. So it
Right.
wasn't that. I got the sores like sometimes in my ears, on the side of my scalp, and my hair used to be down to my waist. So lupus took all of my hair.
I was bald headed and everything.
Girl, and you know how we feel about our hair. So,
I was like, okay, so what? Like, it just,
yeah.
yeah.
But physically, it was just the scars. And for a long time, I would cover up because I didn't want nobody to see the scars.
Right.
Luckily at the time I was married, so I had a lot of support from my then husband, but even after I divorced, I still covered up a little bit. And then, I don't know, I just woke up one day, had a rude awakening, like, girl, you are fine. Let it out. If they're going to love you, they're going to love you, scars and all. So,
Yeah. And the support is so imperative and necessary because when you're first diagnosed, you kind of, well, I know speaking for myself, I was lost.
yeah.
I was trying to figure it out why, and that wasn't the
Mm-hmm.
concern, you know? And then
Yes.
support team, the support system that is unmatched because I think that's what got me through a lot in prayer for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. So what is one thing that you dislike about lupus? I mean, all the autoimmune diseases, of course we don't like anything about it, but
Right. Right.
when you first like if you can explain it, you say this is you don't want this because some people like you're not sick and it's like trust me,
Right.
like you don't want this. Like you won't like it, trust me. So what's one thing that you think of when you think of that?
What I don't like about lupus is that it's an invisible illness. You look at us and you can't tell we're sick.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that catches people a lot off guard is they don't know. And
Right.
then it's all for me. I know like I know you see in my posts, like I'm always out doing something in these streets, but even when I'm out with my friends, I'll be in pain, but they don't know
Right.
because I don't show it. So we kind of hide it and it's
Yeah.
invisible. So I don't like that part of it. I also don't like that with lupus, like I said, comes a whole suitcase full of shit, just extra shit that, you didn't ask for.
Right.
And most recently for me was my Raynaud's started acting up. I don't know if you have Raynaud's, but my Raynaud's it's where when you lack circulation in your feet and in your hands.
Okay, so that's your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it makes your fingers turn blue, turn white. Like I don't do well in the cold. I keep gloves and hand warmers in my purse. Like it's gotten really bad over the last year. So as a lot of people may have saw that I was in and out of surgery a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh God, don't get emotional. So, the surgeries, like the Raynaud's got so bad, I actually had to have amputations um, on my hand.
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry. Just let it out. We support you for real. Oh my God.
It's
Oh, I don't
just
want to cry.
something that, like if you're in my immediate circle, you know about it. Um, when I go out in public, I try to hide my hands because I haven't fully accepted my new normal. Um,
Right. It's
and
hard.
I'm gonna show it on camera because I feel like that's the step moving forward for
Right.
me. But it sucks because I was the one always in the nail shop. Like if you ask people about Brandi and her nails, I always had my nails done. I was always in the nail shop. So it sucks that I can't do that now. But yeah, so I had to have both of my index fingertips and my right middle finger amputated because the circulation just completely died in those fingers. And it was either lose the entire finger or just the fingertip. So I'll show you if you can see. Can you see? So these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're still healing. They're still very swollen. I don't have, full use of my hand all the way. I have to do physical therapy and all that. So it sucks, but
that just upset me because lupus just it doesn't. Oh my gosh, it does
yeah,
not. It don't care. Like if it. I thought I was going blind the other day. I just
yeah,
I'm sorry, and
it
we're here. I'm
sucks.
here for you, and of course my team. Everybody's here because they're like, you don't have to show it if you don't want to.
No,
Like
no. I
seriously, it's
think for me, because it's my new normal, I have to accept it. This is what God said, Brandi. This is what you got to deal with. So I'm
yeah.
going to accept it, own it, and keep pushing forward. That's all I can do.
And
So,
that's all you can do because
yeah,
trust me, if I go back and think about, well, when I started dialysis, I broke down and I said, this
yeah,
is my new normal. I have to go to bed and get on this machine every night. I can't go swimming. I can't take
yeah,
baths. And I loved baths, you know?
yeah.
And now it's just like, just a new normal. I'm going to have to love
Just
me
a
some
new
showers
normal.
even more.
I don't have to like it, but
Yeah,
I've got to accept it. So
you do. And you'll work through it,
yes,
And there's always support. We support you because,
yes, thank you. We
you're
need all the
welcome.
support we can get.
Yeah.
So
We gotta we out here. We gotta hold each other down for sure.
right. I said I wasn't gonna get emotional.
You know what? I'm glad you let it out today though, too. Because I'm over
Yeah,
here like trying to keep my eyes wide.
girl, I got a hot day
Man.
after this. I can't be messing up my makeup.
Okay, period. Stop it right now. So look, I'll be like, I got a date today.
Right. Yes.
That's so awesome, sis. I'm so proud of
Yes.
you and you keeping it. You just keep focused because it's not easy. And that's one thing that I started this show for is because I
Yeah.
didn't have anything to share testimonies of lupus and people, women, especially going through lupus. So that's why I,
Right.
had the heart to do this. And of course I'm going through it, but it's not about me. It's about you guys. And that's what
Yeah.
I love to see is being relatable and we
Mm-hmm.
relating to each other and hopefully someone out watching relates as well. So that's what means the most to me.
Yes. Yes.
How old are your children? I know you said 13. And were the other two?
I have three. So my oldest, she'll be 19 in October. My
Okay.
son will be 13 in November, and then my youngest daughter will be 12 in
No.
November.
Oh, November what?
My son is November 12th, and Brooklyn is November 22nd.
Oh, okay.
I gotta
Okay.
think
I'm the
about it,
fifth.
girl. Okay, I gotta
Yeah.
think about it.
Oh shoot. See, everybody
Yeah.
everybody with Scorpios and whatnot.
Hmm. Well, I'm a Virgo. I'll be 43 in September, so
Are you serious?
Yes, girl, I'm
I think
old.
we talked about that before, I want to say, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey. And I
43.
also do have a question because I never asked and I never assumed and I never really
Hmm.
thought about it. But what is your nationality?
So my mom is Black and Creole. She's from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Ooh.
And then my dad, he's Hispanic and Native American
Okay, so a
from
little
like
mixture of everything.
the downskirts of Mexico. So, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So I knew I wasn't trying to make an assumption. I knew I had to
Right,
ask.
right. Yeah. Nobody ever
That's
knows,
cool.
so it's all
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that for me, speaking for me, and I always talk about it, when you are going through something like this, I don't know if your kids are, they get kind of touchy with it, but my son, he goes through certain things sometimes, and I'm glad he's able to
Hmm.
express it to me. But,
Right.
it is hard having a parent and especially a mom going through something like this. So I don't know about you, but have you dealt with that with your kids?
My kids are they're not like me. They're not outspoken. They don't got a big
Okay.
mouth. But my oldest, I think because she's older, she she helps me a lot. She, she kind of, when the other two are not acting right, she kind of steps in and plays mom, and kind of holds the house down for me. But my kids are very sympathetic. If they know, if I tell them I'm not feeling well, keep it down, do what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. Don't make me have to get, they, they respect that. And, they help me out and they do their part. They don't really express how they feel, when I'm sick. Um, I've never asked them, but now that you brought that up, I might just ask them, just to see how they feel, because I never really thought about asking them.
Yeah,
We're
no, it
so
can be
busy.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so busy worrying about myself and trying to get back better so I can run my household with the quickness that I'm not thinking, about their feelings, which is
Right. You just
not
think about
cool.
being mom.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, and yeah, that's true, because same here. And like my son, he one day he was going through it, and I noticed, and I had to start paying attention to like his emotional symptoms when he's feeling a
Yeah.
certain way, especially when it comes to me or something, so I
Yeah.
tried to pay attention to that
Yeah.
as well. So what, this is one question I have, because I have a funny story and I probably told it, but is there anything funny that your kids have said or done concerning your illness? Like my son got in the car and said, "My mom wears wigs," and I was like, "Boy, like, wait, what?"
Don't tell my business.
Right? You ain't got to tell everybody that.
Oh
Like,
my, I, I can't
it's
think
crazy.
of, they'll joke and be like, oh, well, don't cough. Oh, no, my son, he'll be like, oh, well, don't cough by my mom because she ain't got no immune system. Like, so they'll make jokes like that, like, you
I'm
know, yeah. And I'd be like, that's true. Cough over there. A matter of fact, like, not by me.
yeah, go over
So,
there. That's how I am. I'm like, hey, like you
right?
get
Yeah.
really bold with it after a while. It's like your health. You're like, hold on, what you doing? Is
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. My
So
mouth.
we have
Yeah.
a question. Wait a minute.
Sure.
Um. Oh, Nini, she said, "What age were we diagnosed?" So, Brandi, you could tell her first, and I'll tell her.
So I was 30 when I found out I had lupus.
Okay, 30 years
Yeah.
old. Wow, that's a little later than I was. I was 20. Well, I was just turning 25, I think. So, no, I was actually
Okay.
25 because it was a summer. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, late
Yeah.
in age. My sister is one of my stepsisters. She was diagnosed when she was 16. So that was a
Oh
younger.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way
That's
younger.
young.
And it was an emotional thing because I didn't really understand what was going on because I was younger at the time. And all I wanted to do was go skate. So I'm like, okay, can we go skate now?
Right.
Being
Yeah.
naive and stuff. Um, but her dealing with it, I'm gonna actually share her story the last episode. But on my perspective, my point of view, I didn't understand it, and I was like, "Is she gonna be okay? Can we still do the things that we used to do?"
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't understand it until I got it.
Right.
And so that really put me in perspective because you go through things like that, and if you don't know and you're not walking in that person's shoes, you like, well, what's wrong with them? Or they're all right, they just
Right.
doing that, and then you're like,
Exactly.
okay, all right, I see
Yeah.
now, this is different.
And what's
you know
crazy is because I mentioned my mom has lupus. So
yeah.
growing up, my mom never, like, you never knew she was sick. I don't know why older Black moms kept everything in. And so I never knew when she was in a flare, when she was sick. So I never had anything to compare it to when I found out I had it, because half the time, my mom never showed any signs of being sick or in a flare.
Right.
So when I got it, it was like I was learning a whole new subject. Like, is anytime something I felt, I was like, is this lupus? Is this
Mm,
lupus? Like, because you just don't know. And
yeah.
it just sucks. It
Yeah.
just totally sucks. So
Sis said she was always a diva.
I'm like, lupus is not going to take me out. It's going to have to fight me tooth and nail before it takes Brandi out.
Look,
And
yes.
because,
I resonate because
I will continue to go out and enjoy my life. I know I'll pay for it the next couple of days, but damn it, sometimes it's worth it, so
yeah,
I need it. Because if I
yeah.
sit in the house, I'll get depressed, and we're not having none of that over here. So,
You can't,
mm-mm.
and well, see, for me, I'm a little different because I find my comfort in my room a little bit, but
Right.
I always say, like, I want to make things more meaningful. I want to go out and
Yeah.
hang out. So whenever I want to do stuff, I try to think of my son whenever I
Hmm.
get to do stuff.
Right,
And
of
so,
course.
I'm like, hey, if I go somewhere, oh, I just want to take my son and somebody else or whatever the case is. And it's,
Yeah,
it changes. A lot of things change when you get lupus. And
it does. It
yeah,
does.
for sure.
I
So,
give, on the weekends, I give during the day, it's me and the kids. We go to Knott's Berry Farm. What's crazy is I took them to Knott's last Saturday or this past Saturday, and it was like 100 degrees and it was so packed and it was hot. Oh my God, girl, I was out there dying, but I couldn't let the kids know because they wanted to, enjoy themselves. So I don't want to rain on their parade.
yeah,
But Lord knows when I got home and took a shower, I was out for like 24 hours. I was
don't talk to me.
like, you got food and Wi-Fi. You are good to go. Do not
You're like the
bother
oldest daughter.
me.
You know what to do.
Yeah. So,
You
but
know
it
what time
sucks. But
it is.
those are things you sacrifice so that you
Hmm.
can keep being a mom and keep having fun with your kids.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to be depressed or sad because, oh, mom's sick, now we can't do anything. So it
Yeah.
affects them big time as well.
Yeah, for sure. And my thing is, one time my son, um, he was sleeping. It was 4 in the morning, and he was worried about me. And
Mm,
he said, "Mom, I don't know if sometimes if you're gonna be around." And I said, "That's not for you to worry about.
right.
Not for you to worry about. Because I don't want to worry about it. It's not for you to worry
Exactly.
about."
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so in conclusion, Brandi, I appreciate you so much for spending a little time with me.
Yes, of
I always
course.
like to get the perspective of my guests to the audience, and I want to give the audience um, just a perspective and a word of encouragement of lupus, and just let them know, keep going and never give up, because I know I'll be wanting to give up even today, and I've been dealing
Right.
with it for a while.
Yeah.
So if you could do that for them, in conclusion.
Oh, goodness. All I would say is you've got to, oh, gosh, remain positive. You've got to be positive because lupus will try to rob you of that, girl. Oh, see, it's an emotional roller coaster with lupus.
I was crying
Um,
the other day, just crying. I said, why am I crying? Like, I'm just,
right,
why am I
like I know
crying?
I'm not pregnant. It ain't hormones or nothing like that. But I would believe that you're strong enough to fight it and beat it. There may not be a cure for it, but as long as you manage it, take care of yourself, listen to what your body tells you to do, I think we're going to be okay. And as long
Yeah.
as you've got a great support system, within your family, your
Yes.
close friends, your lupus sisters, I'm here for it. I think, we're stronger together.
Yes.
So if we stay together and support each other, I think we'll be all right.
And do you know of any, besides the ones, the normal ones, any like local or online support groups for people to check out that you know of?
Um, the only ones that I know, of course, is the Purple Rose, that
Okay, yes.
Kimberly does,
Kim, yeah.
and then the House Project, the House
Yeah.
Foundation
Both of
that
their
the other
names are Kim.
Kimberly, yeah, that the other Kim does.
Yeah.
And then just, of course, the National Lupus website. I, follow that a lot. I'm upset because I used to do the walks every year that they had at the Rose Bowl, and we'd be 50 deep, and I wish that they'll bring those back so we can
Yeah.
bring more awareness, and that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to get, I've never been to one. I just haven't been
No.
ready.
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah.
I'm just not ready yet. So I said, next time I think I'll be ready, hopefully, and I want to do it. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll work out. Hopefully they bring it
Yeah.
back.
Hopefully if they bring it back, or we get a team together and we all gonna be out there kicking Lupus ass,
Goals.
so right.
Super goals. That would be
That's what we
awesome
can
for
do. But I just
sure.
want to say I appreciate you for doing this. I really do, because
Thank
there's
you,
not a lot
Brandi.
of support out there for us like this. And
No, and a lot of
especially,
people don't understand.
and they don't, and we don't want pity. I don't need pity
No,
from nobody,
no, not at
because
all.
I would not wish this on my worst enemy.
I say that all the time. I'm
So,
like, we not cool, but I would never want you to have this for real.
exactly.
Yeah.
For
So
just love us, understand us. We tell you today's not a good day, then today is not a good day, damn it, and just still love us and support us.
yeah,
Be understanding.
yeah. Yeah, because
So
it's not easy at all. But the same, I appreciate my support system, especially my sister, my big sister, because she was showing up to that hospital in Vegas like,
yes,
y'all need to be seeing about my sister.
right.
So it's important, and I appreciate that, and I'm happy that we have each other and we have the
Yes,
support system that we have, and hopefully we can
absolutely.
continue to gather them and love on them, and we love on each other because it's super important
Yes,
for
and
sure.
life is too short. So,
Yes.
like they say, love on the people while they here. Don't wait till they sitting in the casket and you got to say your goodbyes then. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
that's
thank
what
you
it is.
so much. I'm
You're
so
so
happy that you
welcome.
made it, and I appreciate you. And I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna be like,
Right. Now I gotta go fix my makeup.
right, you gotta go refresh now.
Yes, I'll be good. But thank you.
I
I love
appreciate you,
you.
Brandy. Say that
Okay.
again.
I love you. I said
I
thank you
love
and I love
you.
you.
Okay, girl. So next week, you guys be back 5:30 for the next episode of Chronically Real, and I am out of here. This is your guest, Brandy. Follow her, keep up with her story, and show love. Peace.
Yes. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.